was my favorite song.
Favorite song?
You said you didn't care about what I was doing.
I always care about what you're doing. You're my favorite, Scott. You're my favorite.
Yeah, you just love to kill my radio.
Yeah, I just like to. I'm not even going to use this footage. I just like turning your radio
Yeah, you're
off.
just standing here with a dead battery in your camera. So this original tail pan, I guess you would call it, for the Corvair. It was a rear engine car, so I guess this let the heat out. This is gonna be a cosmetic piece on the car now. I'm either gonna make one, but I like the original stamping of this, but it's 3 inches too wide for where I'm putting it now, at the exhaust and everything, and it has a bunch of holes on it. So I'm gonna weld up the holes, and we're gonna cut it and shorten it, and then I'm gonna cut the grill section out, and we'll have our own little billet or 3D printed grill, probably honeycombs or whatever we're gonna do. So I'll have to build a little grill mounts on the back, and then I cut all the excess metal off. I'm gonna try and graft the original shape of the Corvair panel into our new custom tail panel. I think it'll be kind of cool because we've been trying to keep all the Corvair lines on the car all along, even though it's been modified heavily everywhere. So it's another one of them things. We'll narrow this down, get it all grafted into the new section where it's going to be, and it'll be pretty cool, I think, because it's another original panel on the car.
You're gonna tape that middle section out where you didn't tape?
Now I'm gonna cut along this line here and along this line here. Get rid of that and then put these two back together.
Gotcha.
So that should be 3.5 inches. I believe 3.5 inches.
Use that fancy tape, man.
Right there, 3.5 inches,
Thanks, George.
3.5 inches. Huh?
Was it George that gave us that?
Yeah, George, and then we started getting them random in the mail. We got bunches of them. We got a bunch of good helpers out there. A little crookedness, clean her up. A little gap there, clean it off and make it a touch shorter. Had a little dip right there where I welded it. Not too bad.
Try to straighten it back up.
Huh?
Straighten it back up.
Yeah, it kicked in, got it out. Put it on the sandbag, hammer it out. It gives the metal a place to go. A little different than dollying. Dollying the metal stretches it, and you put it on the bag, the sand will move and let the metal push like where you're trying to push it. Like an organized accident. Those I'm not going to weld because we're going to cut that all out and put a cool grill in. I'm not worried about that. Yeah, see, it's a touch higher. Now the opening looks too far down. So I'd like to get it where it trim some of that off. Get it more like that, slid straight back. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'll cut some of this away. Just chew rolled over. Trim it off the top. Maybe try to roll it a little more. See what that does. Placing parts is all we're doing. We're doing like some very rough mock-up parts placement. We know we're gonna have exhaust tips coming out both sides, which are these. We're gonna have like a center vent, which the factory car had. I modified the shit out of this piece. We narrowed it up. This was a factory piece that bolted into the car, and this let the heat out because the motor used to be in the back. Well, we're building this Ferrari looking inspired Corvair, so they all have vents in the back too. So I thought, well, I have that panel, let me modify that panel and put it back in. This was my first go at it. I think the vents a little too rotated down too far to go with our diffuser piece that we're gonna make. This will all be aluminum, the cardboard, not the square tube. So what I'm gonna do now is cut the vent out and actually flip it over because the top side's a little sexier than the bottom, so that we'll see the bottom side has a little radius in it right there. So we'll flip it over, and then I'm probably gonna rotate it up to this line. I'm gonna put this little body line bump all the way up here. So it'll be a little more visible, a little more useful looking instead of going right into the little air diffuser. So once that happens, once that's elevated up, this line will be at the blue line. And this line, I want to run all the way across, which is mimicking the blue line. And then I want to keep the exhaust right below that line. So the exhaust, I want like an inch border. So an inch below that line, and then an inch down the side of the body, and then this inch over here. So I want to land these pipes right inside that area, off of there, off of here, and then I'll have plenty of room down there. So that's just the target to shoot for. We get it all in there, in that range, and then we can move it around from there and finish building the body. They may not stay there. They may come out more, they may go in more, they may go way up and down. But we got to get them in there to start somewhere. And that's where we are. That's why I say it's a very rough mock-up. We'll put the tailpipe section on it, we'll build some holders, and it'll hold it in place. But all that'll be adjustable. Once we have where everything looks like it's playing well together, we'll go back and finalize making this piece, and then make all the bodywork around the exhaust. And then once all of that is done, we'll move down to turning the cardboard into aluminum. This piece here, I believe we're gonna move the little wing into this section, right into here, more in line with the body, and we're gonna try and curve the wing to follow the body. So the little cutout section would look like it's cut out to fit the wing a little bit. Don't know if it'll ever do anything as far as an air diffuser or whatever. I had no idea. Maybe it'll work out great. Maybe it won't do shit, but I'm just trying to make it look cool. As far as speed goes. If you look up from all this work, I was doing a bumper delete panel, and I couldn't really come up with anything that I liked due to a couple of different reasons. My idea just wasn't jiving out. So I thought, I have the factory bumper. Let me just set it back up there and see if I can get any ideas off of that. So I set the bumper up there and I'm like, damn, it really surprises me that it even fit. So that tells me with the wide body, the bumper goes back on. That's how shitty this bumper fit the factory car. It actually fits the custom car better than it fit the factory car. So it had bumperettes on it going up in between the taillights. I'm like, well, let me take them off and put it back on and see what it looks like. You know what? I actually love it. I like it on there. The bumper's got a crazy shape to it. I looked at the car, all different angles. I like the bumper on there. So now what I'm gonna do is we'll shave all the bumper bolts. We'll gap the bumper. I'll actually cut this piece off and lay it to where it follows the body really good. And then I gotta cut the body here and put this little notch into the quarter panel. I didn't put that notch in my quarter panel originally because I thought we were gonna shave the bumper. But now I'll put that notch back in there so that will fit nice. And you'll have a nice even gap all the way around, like we do on all our cars. This car here, I don't want to flush the bumper in. We got wings and bumps and shit sticking out everywhere. I'll just make this one of them wings and bumps. With that being said, that fixed this area up a lot. My rule when I got the project was I want a crazy extreme wide body Corvair that will compete with a Ferrari, but I want it to look like a Corvair. I want all the factory Corvair lines in it. Do not mess with my windows and my roof openings. That was it. So I tried to put all the factory Corvair lines in the wide body. We used the same size taillights that the Corvair had in the Corvair's location. And now we're putting the Corvair bumpers back on it, and we're using the Corvair roll pan, all modified. So you can't say it's not a Corvair because it's still a Corvair.
Complicated piece.
Yeah, that don't look very nice.
This is gonna go around the exhaust.
Yeah. Yeah, so this piece has to go inside that piece. That piece has to get bead rolled and cut off. Hopefully I got all the right templates. Don't even know. I better had the gas turned up on it. Yo, buddy. My man needs some help over there.
You're not welding.
What's the old man screaming about?
Body line shit here.
Gotta go deep.
Yeah.
That is deep.
So deep with the shadowing, I lose my line. So now we're going to take the grinder and clean up this edge that we just cut while it's all in one piece. Get that smoothed up just a little bit. There's a little bit of blue showing. I stayed away so we didn't cut into what we're using as a body line. We'll clean that up, then we'll cut it in half because this thing's got such a weird shape. One side curves this way, the other side curves this way, and then it's got a twist in the middle. To try to fight all of that in one piece would be a battle. I'll be ruining this side while making this side. So I'm gonna cheat, cut it right in half, shape this side to fit the car, then shape this side to fit the car, and then we'll come back and weld the two together. And once that's done and it fits the car really nice how we want it, we have to put a bunch of shape in all this. It'll be on the car. Then we're gonna take this weird piece, which is this piece, and you can see what I was saying. One side has a curve and one side's the other way. So this piece will eventually fit. Let's pick it up inside here, and it'll all be shaped and fit nice. And what that's going to end up doing is creating a deep pocket hole for our exhaust to come through on the back of the car. So it's a lot of work until one little piece, and then I'll have to do another one on the other corner. Be two of them. So that's where the two exhaust pipes will be coming out. There's a nice body line going around it, and then this will be a return. It'll go all the way back 6 inches deep inside the car. Step one of many. So this piece that doesn't fit at all, have the shape to fit that across here and the shape to this side. It's all a little long, it'll broke off. That's gonna go around the exhaust opening like that, and then it'll have a little body line around it and kind of flow and match. A lot of work to get it to that point, but that's what we'll do here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, start shaping it to get that to fit. A lot of this shaping, because it's so thin, we'll be shaping it right here by hand. Getting a little hand done. Takes a lot more strength on the one side because of the bead roll. But we start shaping it to fit the car just like that.
So just shape it by hand?
Yeah. Yeah, put the bead roll in there, that big tall bead roll, there ain't no putting it in a slip roller or anything. Just smash the panel. Slowly sneak up on it. Slowly get it to where it's fitting. Not everything's done with the big tools. You see that curve's going. This side wants to curve a lot easier. I got to put my focus on that. It's getting there a little more in the top. Yeah. size.
I was closing in.
Yeah.
And shrink it back down.
Trying to pull it over, but now I'm putting a curve in it. So hard to do this shit with a big bead roll in it. The bead roll is more powerful.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more build videos like this, help us out by liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. And it's a little thing to do, but don't forget to turn on those notifications. If you want to buy merch, go to store.classiccarstudio.com. See you next time.